Hey, we are live from Henderson, Nevada, just south of the Vegas Strip. I'm in Christina's stomping grounds, and we're in the Green Valley Casino with the odds couple doing March Madness.
We were a little lax with football and everything, but, you know, we got a busy year, and he was moving to Texas.
I just got back from a freaking 13-hour flight from the Philippines, came straight to Vegas, so I'm a little loopy, but that's okay. That's what March Madness is about, is loopiness.
All right.
We are just going to go over the Sweet 16, so we're going to go Sweet 16
what
in.
we think is the Sweet 16.
Yeah, we're going to go over what our projections of the Sweet 16 are for sure. So, Christina, what you got? Who are you excited about in the Sweet 16, starting with your Duke, Kansas?
Okay, so obviously Duke and Kansas for one of the one games. Then Michigan and UConn. I also have Arizona and Wisconsin, Gonzaga and Purdue. And then from that point on, Florida, Vanderbilt, Michigan, Alabama, Illinois and Houston, Virginia, and Iowa. And I'll go backwards. So who's going to win out of Virginia and Iowa to go to the
Lead eight.
I have Virginia beating Iowa. I have Michigan beating Alabama to go down to the Elite Eight. Then Florida beating Vanderbilt. And then Houston beating Illinois to round out that portion. And then I also have Duke beating Kansas, Michigan State beating UConn, Arizona beating Wisconsin, and Gonzaga beating Purdue.
Now we got your final four.
My final four will be Duke and Michigan State, Arizona, or the Elite Eight. So who's going to win is Duke is going to beat Michigan State, Arizona is going to beat Gonzaga, Houston is going to beat Florida, and Michigan is going to beat Virginia. You know, that team up north. Then my final four, I've got Houston taking down Duke, and I've got Arizona taking down Michigan. And truly my bets are, I really looked at who the favorites were going to win, and Arizona and Michigan are the two favorites to win the national championship. So I picked Arizona because they supposedly have the best player in the country right now. And also Bryce James is on the team.
Your favorite, LeBron.
Yeah, so, you know. And so
might be a little favoritism towards that.
And then so I have Houston, obviously, meeting Arizona, and then I have Arizona beating out Houston.
So what I see is chalk.
Pretty much.
Arizona 1 seed, Michigan 1 seed, Duke 1 seed, Houston 2 seed.
I pay more attention to NBA and football than I do college basketball.
That's all right. I got a lot of chalk too, which usually how these brackets work is either it's all chalk or there's no chalk. So we'll see where this goes. Every year I've done this.
As I learned the year that I went out first round by picking Kentucky.
Exactly. All right, my Sweet 16 is I got Duke and St. John's making it to the 16. I got South Florida. I got some upsets here. I got an 11 seed to South Florida making it in. They're going to play. I got them beating Michigan State, actually, because I think Michigan State, even though I love Tom Izzo, is going to go out early, but we'll see. I don't maybe too early for them to go out, but that's what I got. Then I got UCLA playing South Florida. I got Florida, Nebraska, 1 and a 4 seed, chalk. Illinois, Houston making it there, chalk. Arizona, Arkansas making it there, chalk. BYU, Miami, still some pretty high chalk. Michigan, Texas Tech, Virginia, Iowa State, all of those are chalk. A lot of chalk there except for South Illinois. Then we have, let's see here, I think I'm going to make a change on the Elite Eight. I'm going to have actually Arkansas beating Arizona, so I'm going to switch that in my deal. I'm taking Arizona out, so I will make a change there because I like Arkansas this year. That they are being well coached, so we're going to go that route. All right, so I now have Duke and UCLA. So I've got obviously Duke beating St. John's. I've got UCLA actually taking out South Florida, so that'll be a matchup of Duke and UCLA. Then I've got Florida, Nebraska. I have basically Florida taking out Nebraska. Illinois, Houston. I actually have Illinois taking out Houston. I've always loved Houston every year, but this year I'm changing that up and saying Illinois is going to take out Houston. Talked about Arkansas taking out Arizona. I got Miami beating BYU. I had BYU making it into the Sweet 16. And then I have Michigan taking out Texas Tech. And then Iowa State taking out Virginia. That takes me to my final four, which is Duke versus Florida. I've got Florida winning. And then I've got Miami, Michigan, which is, I got Michigan winning. So I've got Florida, Michigan going on at that point in time. So maybe I didn't do the Elite Eight just in case. I got Duke taking out UCLA, Florida taking out Illinois, Miami taking out Arkansas. But I think I'm going to change that. So actually I'm going Arkansas. I think Arkansas is going to make it all the way to the Final Four. So I got Arkansas taking out Miami. I got Michigan taking out Iowa State, which is kind of iffy because Iowa State's playing good, but they're also a streaky team. Which, again, my Final Four then takes me to Florida taking out Duke. And then I've got Michigan taking out Arkansas, which is Chalk City, baby. I got two number ones playing, Florida versus Michigan, with Florida winning, and my tiebreaker's 152.
I at least have a number 2 in there.
Chalk. We're all chalk here. We're all chalk here. So,
well, the favorite to win it all is Michigan. Mm-hmm. So you did go against that.
I did. But I got them in the finals, which I think...
But it's not quite chalk.
Well, most of the world is probably going to ride Florida, Michigan, Houston, Arizona. Yep.
Maybe Duke. They're number 1.
Duke. So if you're doing a pool and you're in like...
yeah, because I have 1, 2, 1, 1.
Yeah, if you're in a pool that's got like 70 billion people in it, don't take all the chalk.
You mean like ESPN?
Exactly.
Or CBS bracket?
So little pro tips that I've been kind of researching on this too is when you see like a double-digit spread, usually in that first round, you got to go with the underdogs on that to cover, right? So Duke's like a 27-point favorite against whoever they're playing, and I'm gonna take.
Unless you're gonna do money line.
Yeah. But if you do money line, you're not getting paid. You're getting paid 10 cents on a dollar if you take Duke.
Correct. If you're taking 2 for that.
Yeah, exactly. I think the other things I'm looking at and seeing is a lot of live bets. So what I've been really successful at is if you see a favorite get down early, go in and look at that live bet because they're going to probably shake off that rust in the second period or the second half, and they're going to end up covering. So you get a better spread, right? If they start the game at -10 and they're down by 15 points at half, maybe that spread's down to -5. That's when I jump on that -5. Or like in the Duke world where I was saying, if it's 27-point favorite and they for some reason are getting close, they're never going to get down to a scratch or an even against a low seed team or a high seed team like that. But point being is watch the lives because there's really good opportunities during the game to do the lives. The other thing that I found that worked really good last year was first half unders. It's kind of like college football. When they get when they have some time off and they get back in it, like the offense struggles until it gels. I see a lot of that in college basketball too, is taking that first half under. So not saying take it on every game, but be strategic about it.
Well, the NIL is going to make these a little more competitive, I think, because schools that normally weren't competitive are competitive now. Like, who talks about Alabama and Arkansas in college basketball? Then all of a sudden are.
Here they are. Yeah. Yep.
Like when I'm looking at Alabama, I'm like, Alabama, like, because they're always football, but now apparently they're basketball too.
Yeah, I mean, they got great coaches. I mean, Calipari is the coach for Arkansas, and he used to coach Kentucky, so on and so forth. So that's why I like Arkansas.
That went out as a number 1.
Yeah. Yep.
And busted my bracket.
Yeah. John Calipari. He's a really good coach. I mean, I like him, but I also like Michigan State with Tom Izzo. There's a lot of good coaches in the college basketball world. So I'd say the other tip that I always try to take too is when I look at a matchup that could go either way on a spread.
I think coaching matters more in college.
Coach. Yeah, I go look at the coach and see what that difference is. If there's a gap of Izzo is on a break even with another team that doesn't have as strong of a coach, I'm going with Izzo and the Spartans,
And my reasoning for Arizona was best player in the country, they're saying, is in Arizona. So, or a couple analysts are saying is in Arizona. I'm not saying all analysts are saying that. So I chose Arizona because with basketball, one player does make more of a difference than in any other sport, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree. And it's one of those, taking a little photo of us here, so show the behind the scenes. That's right, the behind the scenes action of us here. So, it's going to be a fun year this year. We'll see how it goes out. I mean, I should have looked it up what the odds are to have a perfect bracket, but it's like virtually impossible. I mean, the odds are like ridiculous. I mean, it's like in the tens of millions to have a bracket with undefeated. That's why I think sometimes they even throw like a $10 million undefeated bracket. Like, it just doesn't exist. There is no real world.
Yeah, I don't. Has anyone ever won?
I'm sure it has, but I mean,
that would be a good Google question for us to answer. Has that ever happened in the history of ever?
100%. I bet it has, just because of the number of brackets over so many years. But I know the odds are like
of having an absolute perfect.
Yeah,
it's like 1 in a billion or something like that. Maybe even more than that.
All right. Well, I want to respond back in the post. Let us know who your final 2 are or your final 4 are.
And where are you going to be watching at? We'll be watching in Vegas, where the weather is getting hot, and so is the people in here.
Yeah, good Lord. It is like, 94 degrees out today. And
we're having a heat wave. It's ridiculously hotter than normal.
Already, and it's March,
Normally, this time of year, we're about 65 degrees.
She's pretty happy about that because she loves the heat, and it's already starting.
Yeah, I'm not looking, like, we're hoping this isn't a precursor to summer, because we don't want summer to come in May. We would like it to stay in July, because basically our spring is summer for everybody else. We only have pre-summer. We're not even getting that. We're just going straight to summer this year. No pre-summer.
All right. Well, we'll probably come back and we'll do after the first 2 rounds. We'll come back and we'll do another episode. That will be taking us into the Sweet 16. So I think we could always look at our picks and then make adjustments, obviously, and reevaluate the teams that are in it, and then make some picks based on that.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right. Well, from Vegas. See ya.